And another one, another Bay Area district attorney is facing recall. So Chesa Boudin from San Francisco recalled. Pamela Price, Alameda County, recalled. And now Contra Costa's own district attorney, Diana Becton, is facing that same horrible situation.
Welcome to Want More with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay. Your host, Dr. Talia Moore, is a college professor who created this space to discuss and facilitate transformation in learning. Each week, we'll bring you dynamic leaders and change makers and discuss systems, practices, policies, and people that intersect and impact justice as we know it. And now, your host, Dr. Talia Moore.
Welcome to Want More with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay. My name is Dr. Talia Moore, and I am your host. Today, we will talk about District Attorney Diana Becton and really this overall system of progressive politics that is coming under fire. When you try to reform a broken system, the system doesn't just clap back, it fights back. And the question is the recall really about performance or is it about power? Diana Becton is the first woman and first African American to serve as district attorney in Contra Costa County. She's a former judge with 2 decades plus of experience, a Harvard educated individual, and really focused on community. She stepped in and brought some bold changes: restorative justice, fewer low level prosecutions, and she questioned law enforcement tactics. That made her some enemies for sure, especially in old school power circles. In 2024, a recall effort was launched against her. The organizers said she was soft on crime, but community voices said, wait a minute, what's really going on? And let's really kind of get into that, right? We see again the proliferation of district attorneys and really progressive mind and thought being challenged across the Bay Area, across the state, and really nationwide. And so, why is it that these progressive policies and individual leaders who are pushing this agenda, why are they being targeted? Communities want safety, but what is safety? It's more than just prisons or prevention. And when a Black woman in a powerful position starts questioning police shootings, reducing mass incarceration, and diverting youth into treatment, not jail, why does this trigger fear instead of support? This isn't just about District Attorney Diana Becton. This is about whether real reform can survive, whether the system will ever allow justice to look different. And it's about who gets protected and who gets punished for speaking up. There is many discourse that is coming up regarding DA Becton's policies. Some people are advocating for her because she advocated for their children and they've taken the stance not to vote her out. Others report that she's too soft on crime and letting criminals back out on the street. That's not justice and that is actually resulting in chaos. And both of those views come from fear of violence, fear of change, and really fear of the unknown. But let's kind of take a look, not just at District Attorney Becton's position here, but justice overall. What is restorative justice? What's the real data behind crimes in Contra Costa County? One other question: who funds the recalls? And lastly, who benefits if that person is removed? These are some major questions that are impacting politics as we know it. But first, let's follow the money. Police unions, conservative PACs, private prison donors, when they get loud, it's not about them caring. It's because they are scared of change. DA Becton has already survived a big media smear campaign early on in her career. She's still in office, but the recall is still moving. Signatures are collected and voters are virtually confused. Some don't know the role of the district attorney. Others are misinformed by misleading information. And so, who can you go to for credible information that's actually going to make sense or have positive impacts for everyone? More ads, more mailers, headlines painting her as the problem. Social media gets wild with these lies and fear tactics. And some folks in the community really start to doubt him. That's how power works: divide and conquer. If Becton gets recalled, what message does that spread to other DAs across the country? Hey, other DAs in the state, y'all better be on lookout because apparently people are coming for you. If you don't play the old game, you'll get shut down. We have seen this narrative play out literally all across the Bay Area. It could silence a lot of future leaders before they even step up. Sometimes the system makes us choose between safety and justice. That's like being between a rock and a hard place, right? But the truth is, we do not have to choose either because neither is successful unless we have both. This recall isn't about just one woman. It's about whether we believe in punishment or transformation, whether we want revenge or we want repair. Looking or considering the recall, really looking to see what District Attorney Becton has done in her tenure. What are her successes? And most notably, you'll see Contra Costa County has a significant reduction in crimes since she assumed the position of district attorney. And what exactly is the district attorney and their roles or responsibilities? Many people often attribute arrest to the district attorney's office. However, that's not their role. In this system or this continuum of a system of criminal justice, we have three main components. We have the law enforcement, mostly seen as our cops in the community. Then the second part is the courts, and that's where the district attorney's office kicks in. So once police officers arrest and detain people, they are then brought to court where the prosecutors are looking to convict them for crimes. But without the police arresting people, there's no one for the district attorney's office to convict. And then once people are convicted, they transition to the final stage of the justice system, which is corrections. So this could include probation, parole, or jail time. And so when we think about the role of the district attorney, they're not there to arrest people, they're there to convict people. And their responsibilities do not fall within going into the communities and, arresting those who are violating the laws. They interact with the justice system and those individuals in the courtroom. So again, where did the smear campaign come from? Is the solution just to arrest more people? Well, probably not, because again, that's not the role of the district attorney. One thing that we do see as a commonality across all of the district attorneys and counties that I mentioned previously is that they're following a progressive platform. Why are these progressives being recalled? Is there questions around the policies, even though they were brought into place to address old policies that really serve to do nothing more than arrest, detain, and arrest more people? So why is it now that we have 4 district attorneys in the state of California of recent date that are facing recalls? Now, question, where you should question, what do they have in common? Probably the progressive policies that we stated. So, moving forward, what do we do? Do we go back to yesteryear where mass incarceration is on the agenda heavy, or do we lean in and continue to lean into progressive policies? Are our progressive leaders safe in their advocacy for these reforms? Or are we destined to fall back in time and go back to a place where we are focused more so on arrest instead of personal accountability or even implementing restorative justice practices? Restorative justice policies are not aimed at releasing everybody and not holding people accountable. Is actually quite the opposite. Restorative justice policies look to hold people accountable and also bring into the community an awareness of why these problems exist. And collectively, not just in the system of the courts, but in the community overall, those issues are resolved. And it doesn't have to result in someone being arrested or incarcerated. And a lot of those reform efforts can be facilitated in our communities much more effectively, reducing the number of reducing the number of people in custody. So these restorative justice policies are not just releasing people from custody without any kind of consequence. Instead, they're bringing the community and individuals who reside in the community into the problem solving space. Our progressive DAs who have faced recall and those who have been recalled are all on the same platform. Really makes you think and question, is it the individual that they're going after or the overall policy in general? What do you think? So, if District Attorney Diana Becton gets recalled, what message is this sending to other district attorneys across the state, the Bay Area, and the country? That if you don't play the game, you'll get shut down. We have seen this narrative play out, like I said, throughout the Bay Area. It could silence future leaders before they even step up. Sometimes the system makes us choose between safety and justice, but the truth is, we don't have either unless we have both. This recall isn't just about one woman, it's about whether we believe in punishment or transformation, whether we want revenge or repair, whether we want incarceration or restorative justice. Ask the hard questions. Don't just follow the headlines, follow history. Follow motives, and remember, sometimes progress doesn't look perfect, but it's still progress. Even as we are expecting these immediate results, which really are unfathomable, we also need to be mindful of the systems, the agencies and organizations that are going to set those changes in motion. I talk a lot about trauma and healing on this platform, and sometimes justice is part of that healing as well, but only if we protect the people trying to bring that justice to life. I challenge each of you to take this information into your communities, whether it's through advocacy, volunteering, or simply educating yourself and those around you. You can make a difference. Thank you for tuning in to Want More with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay. If you found this episode informative, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, educate, empower, and enact the changes you want to see. Want more?
Want more with Dr. Moore, the criminologist of the Bay? Follow us on Facebook at Want More, Instagram at Want More Dr. Moore, and on TikTok at Want More with Dr. Moore for more information. Be sure to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, educate, empower, and enact the changes you want to see. Want more?